Do I look professional like this? Do I look like a big boy newscaster? Do I look cool? Probably not. Hello everyone. Welcome to my first ever video like this. It's very weird. Very strange. I'm not used to this at all. Thank you everybody for 1,000 subs. Actual dream come true. I still can't believe it. It's still busy processing in my little noodle. And it's absolutely insane. It's been a crazy few months, especially because two months ago I had 160 subs. And now I'm sitting here doing this. So it's a lot going on right now, but I'm trying my absolute best. So I said before that I was going to do a Q&A for my 1K sub special. I'm a man-child of my word, so that's what I'm doing. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, let's get into the questions. In the classroom stream, you said you would do a face reveal. Do it. You're welcome, everyone. You see my nose, my that, and like these ones. And all of this and everything. Don't say I never did anything for you. Also, congrats. Thank you very much. And one of my questions, why did you start YouTube? An important one to start off with, I would say. An important one to start off with. The reason why I did YouTube is because for my whole life, I watched YouTube, basically. I started watching YouTube when I was like 11 years old. And I watched like the good old channels of like C-Nanners, I remember. And like Syndicate playing Black Ops 2 Zombies. The good old times. That was probably before some of you were born, which is crazy. Now I feel old. Later on, it turned into streaming, where I watched more streamers and YouTubers, and I want to be a streamer. And it's always been this like big passion of mine, but I never thought I would actually go and do it because I didn't know how to, or I didn't think it would work because no one would, you know. Usually when you start a channel, it's like the consensus is, oh, probably not going to work out, right? And then I had some trouble finding a job, which has now been resolved at the recording of this video. But I had some trouble and I had a lot of free time on my hands, which is like, you know what? Instead of sitting around doing nothing, I might as well use that free time to try something out. And try something out I did, because now I'm recording a 1K sub special. So, you know, things work out. I guess to answer the question, the reason why I started YouTube is because it was so hard to find something that I wanted to do, that in the back of my mind was my dream job was always YouTube and like streaming and everything. And I guess I'd kind of like pursued my dream because I had a lot of free time left, and I wanted to see if it worked out, and it did. I watched a lot of YouTube as a kid, and now that I got older and I know stuff and I know a lot about games and everything, I decided to give it a try. Now that I have the technical skills to edit like videos and everything, I'm having a lot of fun doing so. And I've quickly learned that this turned from a hobby into a passion project, and I'm loving it right now. And thank you everyone for being here and making me love it even more. Next question, will you ever vlog? I don't think my life is interesting enough to vlog, unless you guys want to eat lunch and dinner. I mean, soon, hopefully at the end of the summer, me and my girlfriend are gonna move in together, which is very exciting. And maybe I'll vlog then. I didn't even know people still did vlogs. I remember they did them a lot in like 2014. I don't know if people still do vlogs. I don't even know how to do a vlog. I barely know how to do this. I don't know. Maybe I will. If my life gets interesting enough, if I get a dog later, I can like vlog myself walking the dog and like cleaning up its shit. What do you mean? Something like that. I'm gonna say that's an answer. Next comment. Congratulations. Thank you. The Tumion has grown so far. Big and wide. What's your least favorite and favorite FNAF game? Of course, we couldn't go without this video without a FNAF question. Least favorite and favorite FNAF game. I'm gonna only count the first like 6 games because I guess I could count all of them. My least favorite FNAF game. Does this include everything FNAF? Out of the first 7 games, my favorite one was always FNAF 2 because the gameplay is super smooth. And it's super fast paced and I like it, and you get into a rhythm and it's very fun, I think. Even though when I played it I raged my ass off, but what game do I not rage my ass off on? Let's be honest. My favorite, my least favorite, because I replayed the first 6 games. It's actually interesting. The one I would replay the least is definitely FNAF 4, FNAF 6, but I'm not gonna say FNAF 4 is my least favorite because it's too stressful. The game is supposed to be stressful. You can't hate a stressful game for being too stressful. Even though I hate the mandatory FNAF 4 Foxy jump scare, it's awful and I hate it and it's way too loud. That aside, right? The Foxy jump scare doesn't exactly make it my least favorite game. My least favorite game would probably be FNAF 6 because I like the lore, I like the mini games, and like the game is free. Again, the game is free. Pizzeria Simulator is free, so I can't really shit on it for not being up to standard because it's literally a free game. Like the gameplay mechanics are okay, I guess. It's more just for the mini games and the lore. That the game exists for the mini games and the lore, basically. So I guess I would say that one out of the original like 7 games. All the Steel Wool games combined. Wait, what do we have then? The AR game, which I'm not gonna count because Security Breach, Secret of the Mimic. Yeah, this might be a really like hot take. This is gonna be an insanely hot take actually. But my least favorite game might be either FNAF 6 or Security Breach. When I played Security Breach, right, the game just came out. And it was rough. Okay, there were not only bugs everywhere, shit that just straight up didn't work. You had to do so much stuff without saving, and because the bugs would randomly kill you without reason, and there were so many times where you died because of stupid bullshit. In the game, if you don't know, which I'm sure all you know, when it's 6 a.m. you have the choice between either leave, get the Vanny ending, which is just a cutscene, and leave, or do this whole thing for the big ending, right? I left and did the Vanny ending. I did not even bother because you have to do the entire ending without like saving once or something. So I just left. Also, the endings are a bit lame because the endings are just like PowerPoint presentations of like comic book panels. Anyways, Security Breach is not my favorite. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. A lot of people like it. It's super ambitious. It has a lot of charm. It has a lot of character. You know, I think all the new animatronics they did a really good job with. But I just think that maybe it was a bit too ambitious, which I think a lot of people said when the game came out. I don't think I'm new to that. I think the game I would like to replay the least is either FNAF 6 or Security Breach. But I might still stream Security Breach because it's been a long time since I played it and it might be fun. Alright, the last comment here on YouTube is from Nightzone. Now, if you don't know, Nightzone is one of the biggest Tumions on the channel, and they posted a lot of questions. So we're gonna like speed run these, you know? If you were to go on a 6-month vacation, where would you go? That's a good question, actually. Shit. Either a big road trip to America or Japan. Is there anything else besides spiders that you fear of? Ooh, damn. Okay. We're getting deep now. Fear of loneliness. The ocean kind of freaks me out. Like the scariest thing in my eyes is being alone in the middle of the ocean in the dark at night. Sounds terrifying. Sounds like the worst possible situation to be in. What else do I fear? I'm okay with heights. I mean, I think everyone's a bit wonky when it comes to heights, right? Paintings and old photographs always used to scare me. It's not really like a phobia or anything, but I remember I think as a kid there was like a scene in a Mr. Bean movie where he spilled like water on a Mona Lisa or like another painting, and it like distorted the face on the painting, and that traumatized me as like a little 8-year-old. So I think like old paintings and like old photographs that have been slightly edited or something or put in a creepy way, that freaks me out. I had something else in my mind. I don't remember what. Oh yeah, technically, this is kind of similar to spiders. I don't know if any of you know the game Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Half-Life Alyx, all those Half-Life games. Very iconic games, right? I don't know how iconic they still are to the newer generations, but there you go. Those games have an enemy called the head crab. That is the scariest enemy in video game history. That I hate head crabs. They're that's like the only thing that makes me never play Half-Life Alyx ever again. I would say besides spiders, the thing I hate the most is head crabs, but they're kind of spidery, they're horrible, and I hate them, and they've made me scream like a little girl so many times, and I hate them. If you could, would you make Tumion plushies and merch? If I could, yes. Do I think I could? No, because the Tumions are just purple minions, and minions are copyrighted by Illumination Pictures, I think, something like that. So if I make Tumion merch, I am getting sued to oblivion. Will I make plushies and t-shirts of just the channel in general? If I ever grow to a size where I can do that, 100%. That is awesome. I would wear my own t-shirts constantly. That'd be awesome. I would love to do that. I don't think I can do it with Tumions though, because copyright is a thing. If I could, yes. But do I think I could? No. but I hope so. Do you have any suggestions for the artists on what to draw for you for upcoming streams? I get this question so many times. What should I draw? What should I draw? I would say just let your imagination run wild, because I think the Tumions is kind of like a canvas, you know? You can, like, the Tumions is just a character. It's a character. It's an object, right? And you can do with the Tumions whatever your imagination desires. I think that's what's important. The Tumions allow creativity. You can draw whatever you want with the Tumions. You can have the Tumions riding a dragon, fighting samurai battles, doing math, being in space. You could draw them naked for all you want if you want to get banned. Would you rather meet William yourself as a child or meet spring-locked William as 23-year-old you? I think I'd rather see him as a 23-year-old adult, and I'll tell you why. Because if you see William Afton as a kid, he's just a dude that kills people, and that's kind of sad, and that's kind of lame. So if you're a kid and you see him, worst case scenario, you die, and it's just a dude, that's kind of lame, right? But if you see Springtrap as a 23-year-old, that must be awesome. Like, holy shit, this is straight out of a horror game, you know? So worst case scenario, if he kills you, at least you got to see him up close, because it looks kind of cool. Best case scenario, you see him and you live and you get to have that awesome memory in your mind of like, holy shit, I saw that, remember that? Maybe take a picture of it. Maybe I can vlog it. There you go. What kind of theme or aesthetic do you like? I don't know what that means. If you mean color aesthetic, definitely like purple, blue, and black. Those are like my colors. I love that shit. Anything blue, black, and blue, black, and purple. Like I remember like in Pokemon, every time a Pokemon had like a shiny that was either those three colors, I was like, oh my god, I want it. It's awesome. I love it. If you mean like themes of like movies and games, like pirates, cowboys, samurais, I definitely prefer dark fantasy the most. I definitely prefer dark fantasy. Dark fantasy is probably my favorite, but I don't mind a Wild West every now and then. A bit of a redemption. Final question of this set. Do you like to look up old men just to see where they are? It's none of your business. Alright, let's move on to Discord. So if y'all don't know, we got a Discord, channel Discord, the Tumion's Lair. Link down below. Where we have a Q&A here as well. Okay, there's so many of these. Okay, Night Zone, I'm gonna leave your barrage of questions at the end here. I'm gonna read the other ones first. What inspired you to start streaming? Definitely the people that I watched years and years before I started to become a streamer. Because I've always been so big on horror games, and I remember I always used to love streaming horror games to my friends. And I guess I kind of like, I remember one day I had the idea, right? Of like, actually, you know what? Like, I'm really good at, like, talking to myself. And, like, I know things about games, right? And I know a lot of different games. And I'm not that shit at all of them. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I could try streaming. And I told my girlfriend, and she was like, yeah, try it. Pop off, right? That's not what she said. But, like, she basically said something like that. And then I tried it. And I guess I just kind of kept doing it. Because I didn't really have anything in my life then that was important, basically. I was kind of just doing literally nothing, and I think it was really cool to spend my time on something that I could not only put my creativity in, you know, and I could be creative, I could be myself, but also to have it be semi-useful, I would say, you know, because all of those streams back then, sure, by themselves it might not seem like a lot, but it's because of those streams that I've become just a little bit better at streaming to be able to do this now. So I would say that. If I chopped you up into a meat grinder, what's your opinion on EXE games? Do those even get made as well? I remember back in the day there were like Sonic.exe, Pac-Man.exe, and there were always like these like hacked games where like the first 10 minutes will be normal and then it all goes to shit. It's kind of like analog horror games. I don't think I ever played one myself, but I used to watch YouTubers play it. Again, this is like 10 years ago, okay? I think they're cool. I think they definitely like help jumpstart the analog horror genre, and I'd love to play someone on stream. They're probably on itch.io, I would imagine. I could probably find them. Yeah, probably that. When's your wedding in Reese's? Who's Reese's? Okay, let's do Night Zone's barrage of questions. What's your favorite color aside from purple? God damn it, I was gonna say purple. Yeah, I would say I always had my top 3 colors were always purple, light blue, and orange. But I guess I should add black to that because my favorite like color palette is like purple, blue, and orange. Like I said, no, because my favorite color palette was like purple, blue, and black. So maybe it's that. Maybe orange got kicked off the top 3. But having black as your favorite color is so weird. Because isn't black kind of like the absence of all colors? Or is that all colors combined and white is the absence of all colors? Shit, school was a while ago. If you had a pet floofy Tumion, what would you name it? Tumion. Bonus, what kind of animal would you get if you could get one? Any animal. Any animal as a pet? If I could tame any animal and they would be super chill. Like realistically, I want a dog, right? Realistically, I'm not a cat person. I've never really owned a cat. I've never really been around cats all that much. So maybe if I was around cats, I would be a cat person. But for now, at least, I'm a dog person. I love dogs. I love them. I love them. I love them. My girlfriend has a dog. Favorite creature on earth. I love that thing. But if I could say anything aside from dog, imagine having like a pet tiger. Imagine having a pet tiger. Imagine having a pet tiger. Actually, you know what? My favorite animal is a whale. Imagine having a pet whale. Imagine having like a house-sized aquarium next to your house that just has a house-sized aquarium wouldn't house a whale. Imagine having an aquarium the size of your fucking town, right? And there's a whale in there and he's yours. And he's called like Barry the whale or something like that. Like Wally the whale. That'd be awesome, right? But I would say tiger. Second one, which of my drawings of you, if you had to choose, your favorite of all time? My favorite drawing you've ever done is the one with all the Tumions doing weird things. With all the Tumions. Favorite drawing of me? Probably that one. And now for the unhinged questions. Do you have any old men in your search history? Not just Venti's old man photo. If so, how many of them can be named? How many old men in my search history can I slap a first and last name on? Probably about 70%. Will we get a Tum going insane stream for 5 hours when we reach 2,000 subs? You might get it before that. We have yet to discuss this, but when shall you ever release the overgrowing numbers of Tumions you have in your basement and or attic? It's dark in here. Never. Where do you think the people go after they subscribe? It's only a matter of time before the Tumion gets you. The attic's a warm place, and so is the basement. Will we ever get a brain rot or scam stream if you ever go insane? A scam stream. What's a scam stream? Hey guys, I'm gonna stream FNAF 4, and then the stream goes on, and it's just me playing rock, paper, scissors with the mirror. Yeah, so I think those were all the questions we got for now. To these 2 questions, a good one. Yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys like this style of video. I would love to make more of these types of videos, but I don't really know what I would do. It's not really every day you can do a 1K sub special and a Q&A, right? And I'm not gonna start doing food reviews, so I'm not sure what I would do, but I actually really enjoyed recording this, and it's actually very fun. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Stay safe, stay warm. Salute the Tumions. Thanks for watching. Sorry, everyone keeps talking about the old men in my basement. Why?